This is getting wild. Now, here's the thing people are going to get wrecked. And here's why is because they can't handle the volatility of these markets. And if you start to really study this and you understand that volatility is your gift and you become a Warren Buffett style investor, and let me explain. You don't need 30 cryptocurrencies, 100 here, 500 there, chasing all these pump and dumps and chasing all these get rich quick schemes. You need to get really clear on the innovative technologies that are going to change the infrastructure of your financial system. And I'm here to tell you, they're making it easier than ever. But the reality is these people selling you a dream that you're going to become a multimillionaire in the next 90 days is false. But you can change your life in the next 5 years dramatically. Here's the thing. We did it. From 2020 to 2025, I repeat the same things over and over and over again. I stuck with my plan. XRP. I started investing in Bitcoin. I went all in. Solana. I've told you my top 5 over and over again. I stayed stoic. I stayed calm. I stopped chasing get rich quick. I developed a Warren Buffett style, stoic. And that made me a millionaire investor. And not only a millionaire investor, but outside of investing. Because I followed what the wealthy do. They stay calm. They stay stoic. They buy when it's red. And they hold the line. And they pull profits. So this is really important. I'm going to show you the blueprint of exactly what they're doing. The Trump family is rewiring the financial system. They're literally rewiring the financial system. So in our academy and what we do, and in my family, we celebrate red. We celebrate sideways action. And the green gives us a little bit of anxiety. And we calmly take profits. And we focus on 4 things. Cash flow. Cash is trash. We transmute it into deflationary assets that are fixed supply that will grow over time, that can't be printed. And they can't be, well, I would say can't be manipulated. All this stuff is manipulated. Number 4 is insurance. And that's one thing that can't be manipulated. We protect our wealth. And what that does is it creates a leverage component in a family bank. And we use Bitcoin and we use insurance as our family bank, and we stick to it, and it works for us. So on the back end, I'm going to share with you exactly what I'm going to do. I'm first going to show you Charles Hoskinson sharing with us where he thinks Bitcoin is still going to go in 2025. And I truly believe the back end of this year is going to be absolutely remarkable. I'm going to show you how the Trump family is absolutely changing the game, and they're building the decentralized network, and they own the rails now. And so can you.
And you can change the ratios between them.
You have a view on Bitcoin. We'll wrap up here. Well, you have a view on Bitcoin's price towards the end of 2027. What's ultimately going to drive the price upward and adoption?
Well, the DATs have brought retail sovereign wealth funds are buying Bitcoin. U.S. government holds 212,000 Bitcoin. It's pretty crazy when you see it. So I think over the next 5 years, Bitcoin's going to 10 trillion. I think before the end of this bull market, Bitcoin will hit 250,000. That's kind of the flag I've put in the ground for the ceiling of it. And the big driver is going to be Bitcoin DeFi. You know, the minute you can get yield and do stuff with your Bitcoin, it's kind of like I say, there's the gold mine and then there's the gold. Right now, the gold lives at the gold mine. Well, the gold doesn't have to live at the gold mine. The Bitcoin network is the gold mine. It makes gold. You can take your gold and put it in the jewelry shop, and the jewelry shop's Cardano or Ethereum or Stacks or, you know, these types of things. Well, the minute you can do that, Bitcoin gets a yield. Bitcoin gets a yield. It's a very attractive instrument.
Boom. And it's coming, guys. It is coming, and I'll show you in just a moment. This is your Commerce Secretary. Let's listen to what he has to say. You got to pay attention to who's running this country now.
The GDP numbers that came out this morning are impressive. The U.S. economy grew at 3.3%. That's right. Donald Trump is fixing the Biden mess and doing it at a record pace. 3.3% GDP growth for the United States of America. And what that did is it helped the United States hit a record $30 trillion economy. That's right. The United States economy is now larger for the first time ever in this quarter, larger than $30 trillion. The Commerce Department, together with the President of the United States of America, have now put these record GDP numbers on the blockchain. So you've got the crypto president with the greatest $30 trillion economy in the world, putting out those numbers on the blockchain. This is how the golden age feels.
The golden age, baby. Stay calm. Don't trip. Diamond hand by the dip. Well, what was Charles Hoxton talking about? Just in, Tether to launch USDT on Bitcoin via RGB. Tether to launch USDT, expanding native Bitcoin stablecoin support. Tether, the largest company in digital asset history, today announced it plans to launch USDT on RGB, the next generation protocol for issuing digital assets on Bitcoin. Guys, it's coming. It is the functionality of the whole infrastructure is changing. I stick with it. XRP is my number one holding by a long shot. Bitcoin's my number two. I use it as a bank. I'm not getting my biggest bang for my buck. Well, shit, 50% every year. That's absolutely remarkable. It's beat every single asset class the last 10 years. And we're actually leveraging it to build cash flow and build empires. So when people say you can't get rich off Bitcoin, absolutely foolish statement. So Cointelegraph posted this. Check this out. This is how crazy and how scarce these assets are going to be. Businesses are absorbing Bitcoin 4 times the mining rate, with corporate treasuries and businesses adding 1,755 BTC. Here's the caveat. They only mine 450 a day. In 24 months, I believe you're going to have a supply and demand issue. They mine it for the next 116 years. All the supply is not out there. They can't print it, guys. They literally created a system in 2009. Satoshi created a system that is opposite of the inflationary US dollar. USD1, Trump created a stable coin. You got RLUSD, Ripple created a stable coin. You got Tether. Bo Hines went out to Tether and is bringing it into America. They're stabilizing the economy through stable coins that do short-term treasuries. The bond market was collapsing. Boom, they create the Genius Act. They stabilize the bond market. They bring Bitcoin underneath the treasury. They revalue gold. And then we become the crypto capital of the world. And boom, latest American Bitcoin to debut on NASDAQ in September with Trump's sons. Hut 8 owning 98% of it. They're giving you the actual blueprint, family. American Bitcoin, backed by the Trump son, aims to start trading in September. It's a mining company, guys. Today, the U.S. Commerce Department, this is what Commerce Secretary Lutnick was talking about. It's wild, guys. The data is on the blockchain now. You're going to, all the people that balked at you about crypto, to include some of you still sitting on the sidelines, you're going to be using crypto, blockchain, DLT without even knowing it. Just like you use your credit card without knowing the functionality of Visa and MasterCard that I want to show you right here. After 16 years, only 16 years, digest what I'm about to say. Bitcoin has already surpassed the entire market cap of both Visa and MasterCard combined. You're going to see more innovation and growth than you've ever seen in the next 3 years. With the advent of AI technology, things are moving like this, okay? Very, very important to pay attention. And lastly, I'll just read this off to you guys. 11 trillion BlackRock COO says that the traditional capital markets will eventually come to Bitcoin and crypto. Of course, BlackRock is the number 2 holder in Bitcoin. So right here, this is the stuff that freaks you guys out, right? Freaks the market out. Look at this. It's like, oh my God, what's going on? The markets are sided. This is beautiful. I love red. I absolutely love red. I'm a long-term holder. I'm Warren Buffett style. And let me explain that really quickly, and then I'll go over my portfolio and exactly what I do, okay? So I've trained my brain and trained my warriors. I created an investment thesis, and I'm a Warren Buffett style investor. I'm not in it to get rich quick. I'm in it to get wealthy for sure. Okay. We made more money from 2020 to 2022 than I would have made my whole career as an executive for my 401k. Okay. That's unrealistic. What I didn't do is I didn't sit there and watch it go up and come down. I pulled profits. Okay. And what I did is I pulled profits and I stuffed it into 4 different categories. Cash flow. Okay. I went back into deflationary assets in the bear market. I did protection, life insurance, and then I leveraged to buy more cash flow. Now listen to this. This is very important. Warren Buffett isn't chasing a bunch of meme coins. He isn't chasing a bunch of different things trying to catch a little pump. He studies and studies and studies and studies, and he picks a few investments and he goes all in on those investments. Read the book Intelligent Investor. So that's what I did. I believe that XRP will be one of the top most disruptive technologies in the world. I believe it's my Amazon moment for me and my family. Bitcoin is a store of value like gold, okay? I believe in Solana, big time. I believe heavily in XLM. I believe in HBAR and VeChain. Those are my top 6. And I have many others that I'm going to be selling out, and I'll be consolidating my portfolio. But along the way, my team will be researching what innovative technologies are coming out. I don't jump in to things hastily. I don't jump in, I don't jump out. And I only study billionaires and multimillionaires, and I watch what they do. They're not chasing meme coins. They're studying methodically. They're patient. They're persistent. And all you need is one. You need one proper investment to take off. So there's only 2 ways you can do this, guys. Let's be honest. Let's talk real on this channel. You have to create a liquidity event to get really wealthy. So how do people become multimillionaires and billionaires? They create a business and they do a huge exit. Okay. They create cash flow, right? So I created 6 companies, and some of my companies I'll be able to do probably a pretty big exit in the next 6 years. But to get there, I cashed out my whole 401k in 2017. I cashed out my savings. I lost my money twice in the process. I failed 5 times. The Warrior Academy has been around since 2017. This isn't a fly-by-night company. 2020, it became finally something after 4 years of back-breaking work, losing everything twice in the process. Okay. That's one way you can do it. Then there's moments and times like Warren Buffett, you find companies like Coca-Cola, Amazon, Apple, Ripple, XRP. Ripple's the pre-IPO, but you got XRP, Bitcoin, Solana, things like this, where you get in early and then you hold the line. You don't become price sensitive. You believe in it, and then you have a massive liquidity event, okay, which I believe we're going to all have at some point, whether it's this bull run or the next bull run for you. When you have the liquidity event, that's when you start the flywheel. That's what I did. Okay, the liquidity event made me rich, not wealthy. Okay, I believe wealthy is 20 million, 25 million and above, right? We're on our way there. We will get there, and we'll be well above that in 2029. I've already built out the model. Okay. But right now we're rich. We're financially free. You can mess that up. So when you create the liquidity event, you don't buy Lambos, watches, you don't flex, you buy cash flow. You create a flywheel. You ensure your wealth. You create leverage, and you start leveraging to buy more assets, to buy more cash flow. And then when you want to buy the fun stuff, like for example, I bought my wake boat, and I waited until my debts and non-negotiables were taken care of by assets. And now the fun stuff comes. And I also created it as an expense mechanism. Entrepreneurship is a way you can get there. An investor is the way you can get there. So it has a similar tone to it, right? So now my future, I'm 49 turning 50 next year, is I don't want to keep opening companies. I want to be a Warren Buffett. I will be a Warren Buffett style investor. I actually love investing. It's so much fun. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so I am obsessed with trying to find companies, things like Ripple, things like XRP, and then just holding the line and watching it go up, and the chaos and the down, and the people predicting, and the people doing this, and we just stay calm. And then people jumping in, jumping out, and it's fun just to sit there and sit back and touch some grass and be with your family. So I hope this reaches your heart well, and I hope it keeps you calm. That's my whole point of this. And I do repeat the same things over and over again. That's how you do it, guys. It's sickening discipline, sickening consistency, being patient, non-emotional, picking something you believe in, and waiting for the liquidity event. When the liquidity event happens, being very smart with your money, because it's about freedom, right? Freeing our family. So that's what I got for you guys. I love you. I appreciate you. As we always say, warriors, rise. Get your shit together. Love you guys. Appreciate you.